Hello and welcome, dear learners, pharma professionals, and students, to the very important topic on biowaivers. The current topic is biowaiver for additional strengths, and it is a part 2 of the biowaiver video series. In the last video of biowaivers, part 1, we have understood regarding the types of biowaiver and the requirements. The generalized information was covered in the part 1, and in part 2 in the present video the in-depth understanding is covered regarding the biowaiver requirements for additional strengths, mainly for ANDA, or you may call it as for US regulatory authority, that is US FDA. So in this video we will cover the additional strength biowaiver based on lookalike formulations. Like here I have shown the different pictures. Then in multiple strengths, additional strength biowaiver can be granted. Then in the proportionate formulations also biowaiver can be granted. And lookalike formulations. Okay. So these are the different types of the biowaiver additional strengths. Then also in this video we will cover the general information like biowaiver means that in vivo bioavailability and or bioequivalence studies may be waived. That means not considered necessary for product filing and approval. Biowaiver are based on the supported by in vitro studies. Biowaivers are based on and supported by some in vitro studies. So this is the waiver or the regulatory requirements are there for bioequivalence studies for generic formulations, mainly for the US market, and there are different types of the biowaivers. There are dosage form based biowaivers, like for the formulations which contain the drug in solubilized form, for those biowaivers are given. Then BCS based biowaivers, the IR formulations which contain the drugs with BCS class 1 and 3 or highly soluble and high permeable or low permeable drugs. For those BCS based biowaivers are granted. Then additional strength biowaivers are also granted. These are the waivers which are given to the strengths other than the bioequivalence strengths. Please understand that this video will require your 100% attention, and also note, without having in-depth understanding of the biowaiver requirements, if the application is filed, then that application will be rejected because the requirements for biowaiver are not fulfilled. So for additional strength biowaiver, one bioequivalence study is done with the BE strengths, and the waiver is given for the remaining strengths or additional strengths if those additional strengths fulfill the criteria of the regulatory authorities. Biowaivers based on in vitro studies. Some molecules are non-absorbable, or these are not absorbed through the GIT, and these are locally acting. So the bio studies are to be demonstrated based on some in vitro studies, and the other strengths can be waived based on the in vitro studies. Additional strength biowaiver when the formulations are made in multiple strengths. Then B study is passing with one of the strengths and waiver is given to the other strength which are other than the B strength. The requirements are very important here. Same drug concentration, label claim, strength as per the RLD. Acceptable bioequivalence studies on B strengths. The B strength may be 1 or 2 or more. Generally it is 1 strength and it is a higher strength. Proportional similarity of the formulations across all strengths. That is called as dose weight formula or scale up scale down formula, and sometimes it is called as dose proportionate formula. The manufacturing process should be same. Then acceptable in vitro testing for all the strengths as per the requirements. Dissolution testing is much more important while asking for the bio-waivers. Then there are different parameters or factors which are considered for additional strength bio-waivers. And these are the factors which are considered or which are required to be considered during the development phase. So whenever developing a formulation with multiple strengths, we have to understand the bio-waiver requirements and where our formulation is standing. Is it applicable for bio-waiver, and if yes, by which type, and if your product is required to be undergo bioequivalence testing, then which strength will go for B and for which strength bio-waiver can be asked. So the factors are there to consider. Drug substance pharmacokinetics and the safety. Then manufacturing process sameness for all the strengths. The API should be same in all the strengths. Then dosage form will be same and only different strengths will be there. Then Q1 qualitative composition, Q2 quantitative composition should be evaluated. Drug release and dissolution profile should be there. Dissolution profile similarity and the method employed should be taken into consideration. Also, the bioanalytical method sensitivity is to be understood while selecting the strength. Then B is generally done on the higher strengths. Other or lower strength can be used if there is a safety concern, and if the bio study is required to be done on lower strength, and if there is a concern of bio method sensitivity, that is bioanalytical method sensitivity, then you can go to the higher strength, but not on the directly highest strength. You can go to the one step ahead. Then linear pharmacokinetics if are there, then higher strength are considered. Then product specific guidances are made available on the FDA website and are must to be followed. If you do not follow the PSG, that is product specific guidance, then you may get RTR. Example I have given here for quetiapine tablet and metformin tablets. So here consider quetiapine extended release tablets. There are strengths like 50 mg, 150 mg, 200 mg, 300 mg, 400 mg. So depending on the concern of biological safety, the 200 mg strength is given as a B strength, and based on the 200 mg bioequivalence study passing, the other strength will be given waiver. Second is quetiapine tablet immediate release. Strengths are 25 mg, 50 mg, 100 mg, 150 mg, 200 mg and 400 mg. Here the bio strengths are 25 mg and 300 mg. Bracketing approach is taken, and you can understand that based on the 25 mg bioequivalence, you may get waiver for 50 mg, 100 mg, 150 mg and 200 mg or up to 150 mg, and based on the 300 mg you can get waiver for 400 mg and 200 mg maybe. So these guidances are required to be understood. Then coming to example 3, metformin tablets. These are immediate release tablet. As an example I have taken here. The strengths are 500 mg, 850 mg, 1000 mg, and 1000 mg is the bioequivalence strength. So bioequivalence testing is required to be performed on 1000 mg strength, and 500 mg and 850 mg will get the additional strength bio-waiver. Then coming to the manufacturing process sameness. See, the manufacturing process is required to be same for all the strengths, and this requirement is same for US and Europe. There is no difference in the guidelines for manufacturing process sameness. You cannot manufacture one strength with wet granulation and other strength with direct compression. That is not approved. So manufacturing process should be same or must be same. Then Q1, that is qualitative, and Q2, that is quantitative composition similarity is required. If B is done on one strength and waiver is required for additional strength, then Q1, Q2 not mandatory for test, that is B strength. Suppose you are going to file a product with non-infringing strategy, so your composition may vary. But if you prove that you are matching in the bioequivalence, then Q1, Q2 is not required. Just you have to match the bioequivalence requirements, or you have to prove that your product is bioequivalent to the reference product. But the Q1 and Q2, or Q1 at least, should be similar to the strength on which the applicant has proven bioequivalence. So you cannot change the formula qualitatively for other strengths than the B strengths. So test product should have the composition, qualitative composition very similar. The quantitative composition may vary, and for that quantitative composition the requirements are given ahead in this video. So once again I will request to give 100% of your attention to understand these things in depth. See, the Q1 required for additional strength which allowed differences like in capsule shell, film coating, color, flavor and ink composition. Q2 may not be same for the additional strengths. Now here you see the qualitative composition allowed differences are also given. Like capsule shell you can use of different size, but you should avoid the capsule shell composition. Like for higher strength the applicant is using gelatin shell, and for lower strength the applicant is using HPMC shell. That should be avoided and it will not be approved. Film coating and color, flavor, ink composition may be different. Then Q1 qualitative and Q2 quantitative composition similarity. It is also known as dose proportionate formula, dose weight formula, or scale down scale up composition. Now the US requirements will study. 1. Proportional similarity of the formulations across all the strengths. What does it mean? What is the meaning of proportional similarity and proportionate composition? See, the meaning is very simple and it can be easily understood. All active and inactive ingredients are in similar proportion between different strengths. The example is taken here, like three strengths are there for the generic formulation or the test formulation like 100 mg, 150 mg and 250 mg. For 100 mg the tablet weight is 200 mg. For 150 mg the tablet weight is 300 mg and for 250 mg tablet the weight is 500 mg. The 100 mg is the label claim and tablet weight is 200 mg. So directly as the strength is increasing, in the same proportion the tablet weight is increasing. That means the same composition in the same proportion is taken. This is called as dose proportionate formula, dose weight formula or scale up scale down formula. Also the same lubricated blend can be compressed at different strengths, like common blend approach can be taken for this type of formulations, and the same blend can be compressed at different weight to get the different tablet strengths, and it is very popular in the generic industry. The people who are working in the formulation R&D, they will have the understanding of this concept. Then proportionate formula and proportional similarity, with the example we will understand here. Now see, the drug substance is available in the 100 mg, 150 mg and 300 mg strength, and the tablet weights are for 100 mg it is 200 mg, for 150 mg it is 300 mg and for 300 mg it is 600 mg. So in this the tablet weight is increasing as per the increase in the tablet strength, that is label claim, and it is directly getting doubled or in the proportional increase, like for 100 mg the tablet weight is 200 mg, then for 150 mg the tablet weight is 300 mg. This is 1.5 times increase, and here the 3 times increase from 100 mg. We have to consider this in very much detail, then only we can understand. Then coming to the additional strength bio-waiver based on the concept of 10% difference. This 10% difference is very important to be understood. The criteria are there, like the total weight of the dosage form remains nearly same for all the strengths if the total weight of the strength on which biostudy was performed having the weight not more than 10% of the other strengths, or in other words you can say that the total weight of the dosage form remains nearly the same for all the strengths within 10% of the total weight of the strengths on which the biostudy was performed. The same inactive ingredients are used in all the strengths. The change in any strength is obtained by altering the amount of the active ingredient and one or more of the inactive ingredients. The example is given here for easy understanding. As the requirement is that the total weight of the dosage form remains nearly same for all the strengths. So for this, the example is here. See, there are multiple strength of the formulation like 1 mg, 2 mg, 3 mg, 4 mg, 5 mg and 10 mg. 10 mg is the bio strength and its total weight is 100 mg. Now, for making the other strengths, the weight kept similar. Across the strengths, the weight of the tablet is similar, and only the drug substance and the diluent, that is excipient A, is changed. However, the other excipients are kept in a similar concentration. Excipient B, C and D are same. Only the diluent is increased or decreased as per the strengths. So this is the meaning of the sentence. The total weight of the dosage form remains nearly the same for all strengths. In this type of example, you can get the bio-waiver because the tablet weight is similar and only the API weight and diluent weight is changed. So the tablet will be look-alike in appearance, and the formula is called as look-alike formula or pseudo-weight proportionate formula. Then coming to the next example, this is very interesting example, and many of the professionals find these things very difficult to understand. Now we have seen the first sentence example. Now we will see the second in bracket example. Within 10% plus or minus, it is within 10% of the total weight of the strength on which bio study was performed. The example I have taken is a formulation with strengths of 10 mg and 25 mg, and tablet weight is within 10% of the B strength, that is 25 mg, and B is done on 25 mg. Same total weight with difference within 10% is taken for 10 mg strength, which is a additional strength for bio-waiver. This type of formula is also called as pseudo-weight proportionate. In this example, the percentage is same for all the excipients and mg per tablet is different. Like excipient B, C and D, the percentage for both strength is similar. 5%, 5%, 2%, 2%, 1%, 1%. Here, the 25 mg is the bio study strength and its tablet weight is 120 mg. Our regulatory requirement says that within 10% of the total weight of tablet for lower strength or other than the bio strength. So considering 120 mg as 100%, then 110 mg tablet weight is 91.66%. Thus there is a difference of 8.34% for additional strength. This is the additional strength weight 110. This is the bio study strength weight 120 mg. 10 mg difference is there. Here in this example, the percentage is kept same. Excipient B, C, D are there. 5%, 2 and 1%. 5%, 2 and 1%. So this type of formulation will have the fulfilled requirements of composition for additional bio. Then moving to the next example. In this, the P is done on 25 mg, like in the previous slide we have mentioned. Same total weight with difference within 10%, keeping mg per tablet same and slight difference in percent weight by weight. This is also pseudo weight proportionate. Active and inactive ingredients that are not similar proportional between the different strength can be considered proportionally similar with adequate justification. So for this, I have considered an example and presented here. Here you can see the mg per tablet for 5 mg and for excipient B, C and D is there. And due to this similarity, the percentage will slightly vary from 5% to 5.45%, from 2% to 2.18%, from 1% to 1.09%. But here also the tablet weight difference is within 10% and it is 8.34%. So these are the requirements. Now coming to the dissolution requirement. Dissolution similarity must be demonstrated across all the strength for test product, and the similarity rules should be applied with justification. Dissolution similarity can be proven by F1, F2 similarity factors, bootstrapping method, multivariate statistical distance, that is MSD test, and MSD method, Then you can also consider IVIVC and PBPK modeling for proving your dissolution similarity. And based on the IVIVC formulation design and PBPK modeling, you can ask for bio-waivers. See, bracketing approach can be applied for bio-waivers. Like you have multiple strengths and you have tested 2 or 3 strengths in middle of all the strengths, and based on those bio equivalence, you can ask for the other strength as bio-waiver. So I hope you might have got some good understanding about the bio-waivers. Now, importance of bio-waivers. See, cost of the B studies is high, time required is also high, and human get exposed in the bio studies. So always try, applicant should try for the bio-waivers. Then bio-waivers involves best use of the established IVIVC and the available science. Then bio-waivers leads to faster development and reach to the market. So I hope you have got good understanding. In this video we have seen bio-waiver meaning, different types, US FDA ANDA requirements for bio-waiver, and importance of the bio-waivers. So this is a very important topic and is a great topic in interviews. Thank you for watching this video. Stay connected and please do like, share and subscribe to the Pharma Learning in Depth channel. Thank you.